Um, we're doing something kind of funny. We're using two different cameras. So we're going to see how that works. But hi, how are ya? Um, Thanks for bumping in and um, going live. That's fun. This is kind of a new thing. We've not done it before, so it's sort of a new thing for us. And we're going to see how it works. But I thought it'd be kind of fun. We could just, um, chat laundry, um, whatever. Whatever we want, right? And you can ask any questions that you want. I have some questions that um, you can ask any questions that you want. I have two microphones going at the same time. Can't do that. So I'm turning this one down. You can ask any questions that I have two microphones going at the same time. Can't do that. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, my hair looks terrible. But you can ask any questions that you want. You can, we have some questions going right now. We've already got some to answer, which we're going to do. But, there's others. And, this is a great chance. I mean, most of you've been to laundry camp, which is nice. And, if there's something in laundry camp that you were curious about, that you wanted to know, there's a chat over on the side where you can ask the questions. I'm going to put something in there just so you can see it. But yeah, you can ask away. So you'll see it. If you're looking at the screen, it's over on the right-hand side. So yeah, fun. All right, we have a bunch of questions from before, which we're going to go ahead and kind of go into. And the first one was about using oxygen bleach. So the trick to oxygen bleach is it's safe for any fabric. It is safe. It's only not safe for wool or silk. It is safe for anything else. You can use it on anything that you want. You can you can soak in it. I don't really think you need to. I think generally the best way to care for it is to just put it in the washing machine or spot treat with it. I don't find the need to soak for, a half hour or 40 minutes or whatever. But you can. I mean, if that's something you want to do, have at it. It doesn't hurt anything. I just think generally it works immediately and you just don't need it. Another question I got was how to remove grass stains. You can do a couple of different things. I find that very often grass stains will come out with just soap and a brush. But if you need more, you can use oxygen bleach. It'll totally work. You can also use a lemon. You can actually sprinkle baking soda, and I didn't teach this in laundry camp because it's kind of too involved. You can sprinkle baking soda on it, and then after you do the baking soda, then you squeeze a lemon on it, and that will do it. So that's another one. Okay. I use oxygenated bleach with color catchers. Oh my gosh, you totally can. You absolutely can use them together. You could also throw in some baking soda if you want it as an additional. But you absolutely can use color catchers and oxygen bleach together. They kind of are great together. So that's not, totally. Don't ever. Oh, don't know what happened there. Okay. Yeah, so that totally works. What other questions do you have? The next one I had was self-tanner. The best way to deal with self-tanner is spray it with vinegar and water, blot it, and then scrub it with soap and a brush. That's your best, kind of your best bet there. Self-tanner, that's your best. It's just sort of your easiest. I can tell you other things to do, but I think that one is the easiest one. Okay, there's 25 of you. Say hi or, you know, something. And I mean, okay, Sarah. Do you have a recommendation for a laundry soap bar that isn't strongly scented? Um, Mine. I mean, if you, I'm not trying to like sell you one, but mine has no fragrance. Um, I'm thinking of where else you could get an unscented one. Um, there's a couple. Um, if you go to a co-op or something, you should be able to find one. The best laundry detergent for front-loading washers. I don't. I don't see a difference. I mean, to me, front-loading, top-loading, you're good to go. I mean, people love to sell you on HE detergent. All detergent is HE detergent. It has to do with how much you use. Um, Hi, Margie. Where do you find our laundry? You can buy my laundry detergent at laundryevangelist.com. There's also videos there and like other other things you might want to other videos and that sort of thing. Um, so those are all there is you want the most gentle thing you can use. Um, I would steer clear of anything that had sodium lauryl sulfate for sure because it's very irritating. I would also steer clear of any fragrance that isn't completely natural. And the reason for that is baby skin is so sensitive. You know, I would just, I would stay away from it if it were me. Um, you know, that would be my rule there. Okay. What do you think about Persil? What is the name of your detergent? It's at laundryevangelist.com. It's just called Soap Flakes. It's not detergent. In the UK, 30 or 40 Celsius is warm. It's actually quite warm. That's great. I usually am at like kind of 30 Celsius. So you're good to go. Sorry, you all. All of a sudden, I just got scratchy. I don't know what caused that. Um, okay. Sorry. Jeez. Okay. I have a Burberry gabardine trench because I've been afraid to wash on my own. What about the leather wrap buckles on the collar belt and sleeves? Um, well, Stephanie, if you're worried, I'd hand wash it. Wash it in like the bathtub or whatever you want. I wouldn't be afraid at all. The leather buckles, they'll be okay, but you can actually wrap them in aluminum foil, and that gives them a little extra help. Clarify when to use warm or cold water. I never use cold water. I only use warm, so it's warm kind of all the time. Should I wash and dry my linen dresses and pants? Oh my gosh, of course you should. Um, Linen is its most durable when it's in the washing machine, when it's wet. So it's at its most durable when it's wet. So it's great to wash it. I will be honest with you, it's a little bit difficult to iron. I would iron it when it was damp. You don't want it to be super dry. It's much easier to iron that way. I like it to look rumpled, but I know a lot of people don't. So, that's so it's kind of up to you at that point. But I like that kind of rumpled look. But, if you don't, iron it when it's damp. Is there a soap for grease stains like mayo? You don't need it. What you need to do is spray it with vinegar and water first, blot it, and then scrub with soap and a brush. Um, because it's you want to cut the surface tension of the oil in the mayonnaise with the vinegar and water, and then you can just scrub the rest of it out. It's no problem. When can I ignore the hand wash requirement on some clothing? Most things that say hand wash you can put in the machine. If you're ever worried, throw them in a mesh bag. The only time I ever hand wash something is when it's so big that I just think it'd be hard to do in the washing machine, or if I'm just really worried, like an all organza dress, I would probably hand wash. But most things that say hand wash are like sweaters, and that's silly. Put them in the machine. Process for removing chocolate popsicle. It's spray it with vinegar and water, blot it, scrub it with soap and a brush, toss it in the washer. There's oil in chocolate. There's a lot of oil in chocolate, actually, and spraying it with vinegar will cut that. Quilts made by great grandmothers. Those I would hand wash, and I'll tell you why. I would hand wash them because they are hand quilted, and so the surface tension of hand quilting isn't even, and the thread can pop. If you want to put them in the washing machine, put them inside a mesh bag so that they can't stretch out. I do wash mine, but I consider them very, very precious, but I put them in a mesh bag. Thoughts on stretching a wool sweater that shrank? Oh, it's easy. You put it in the sink with like bath temperature water and some hair conditioner. Squish it and massage it in. Take it out, and when it's soaking wet, lay it on a towel and massage it back into place. You stretch it out, let it dry, and then wash it. You wash out the conditioner. It's easy. Hi, everyone. How do you clean suede bags? I have 2 handbags, no structure. Okay, Pat. You asked this. We're going to cover this in Laundry Live, but I'll go ahead and do it now. You sprinkle cornstarch all over them. You rub the cornstarch in with a towel, and then you brush it away with a suede brush, and that will do it. It's pretty simple. You can wash suede. It gets a little trickier, so that's the reason I'm trying to make it easy for you. But you can wash suede in a pinch. So it's up to you, but yeah, of course. I'm trying to log in. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm trying to log in because I had a couple more questions that people sent me in advance, and I can't seem to get to them. Log myself out. Washing instructions that say to let rayon blends dry flat. Cannot tumble dry them. I would not. Okay, here's the truth. You could. The thing is, rayon is so finicky when it comes to heat. I would tend to let them dry flat, or what I would do is I'd probably, you could also hang them up or throw them over a drying rack so that you don't have to have them spread out everywhere. That would be okay. I've done it. Sometimes things are okay. Sometimes things have shrunk. It's just so weird on heat. Removing ointment or creams, it's the same as the chocolate. Spray it with vinegar and water, and then scrub with soap and a brush. Are the laundry detergents on your site your brands? Some of them are, some of them aren't, but they're all things that I've used and approve. There's nothing on there that I don't approve of. So if that helps. Okay, what other questions do we have? Julie. Okay. Oh, Julie, don't be silly. How about mitt type hot pads? Mine are yellow on the bottom edges that won't come out. Usually that is oil or something that's built up. And the best way to get that out is wash them with oxygen bleach. Can I dry flat clothes actually be hung to dry, or is there a stretching issue? Sweaters have a stretching issue, but what you can do is if you use a very small amount of detergent, you can wash them and they will spin almost dry, and you can throw them across the rungs of a drying rack. So if you throw them across the rungs of a drying rack, you can kind of optimize your space, but they're still not going to stretch. Best way to wash towels. Tiny bit of detergent. You never need more than 2 tablespoons. A little oxygen bleach if you want. Wash on warm, express cycle, super fast rinse, toss to dry. Powder or liquid detergent, I'm going to leave that one up to you. People have pros and cons. My soap flakes are flakes, so they're dry, but you can use whichever you would like. As long as you buy a good one. I mean, usually, if you go to the grocery store, usually powder detergents are a little better. But, you know, if you're buying a premium detergent, it doesn't matter. Why do so many clothes say wash inside out is because of some coating. Does the coating prevent water from penetrating the fabric? They sometimes say that because if you use a really long cycle, like a 30-minute, 40-minute, or 40-minute or 50-minute cycle of wash time, they want you to flip them inside out so that you don't abrade the finish. And that is a legit thing. If you use an express cycle, I find that it really doesn't matter that much. I also find that if you wash on warm, it doesn't matter as much. Some people like to wash on cold, and so when you wash on cold, your cycle needs to be about 2 hours long to get the clothes clean, and it actually beats up the finish of the front of the pants. That's why they tell you to turn them inside out. If you do an express cycle, I don't really think it's all that necessary. I think sheets, I just don't think we're there yet with any laundry sheets. We're getting there. We're just not there yet. Um, the technology's just not there yet. The soap flakes can be thrown right into the drum. You can put them before or after the clothes, either one. Do we have to abide by dry clean only? Oh, come on. Dry clean only means dry clean never. We're never, ever, ever going to dry clean. Yucky. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. So I wash everything that goes in the dry cleaner. Dry cleaning, just so you know, it's not a dry process. It's liquid. It's just not water, so it's considered dry. It's actually usually petroleum. It can be carbon dioxide, but it's usually petroleum. So the clothes go in liquid. They just don't go in water. How much soap flakes I should use? My machine uses so little water. You use so little soap flakes. It's usually like a tablespoon of soap flakes, regardless of the brand that you use. I find that after you've washed everything a month or so and it's clean, you can really go to a half a tablespoon for a full load. They dissolve so completely. That's why I like soap over detergent. How do I clean my red down coat that gets terrible staining on the cuffs and down the front? You know, it gets that because of lotion and the oil from your hands. Spray that with vinegar and scrub it. Toss the whole coat in the washer. You have to wash with soap when you're washing down. You cannot use detergent. It has to be soap. So use soap, wash the coat, hang it up, let it dry. Once it's dry, throw it in the dryer, no heat, air fluff, tennis balls. So no heat, tennis balls for 15 minutes to fluff the down back up. Okay. Is there any conceivable reason to use a heavy duty wash setting? No. No. What it's for is it is for like work clothes. The thing is, technology has gotten the detergent so good that like barn clothes and stuff still don't need the heavy duty cycle. You know, the barn clothes would work on the heavy duty cycle. I don't know, like if you were using really crappy detergent. So then you could, well, OMG, you're welcome. All right, what else do we have? I feel like we have more questions. Can I wash my pillows? I believe it. Can I believe it when the pillow? Okay, can I wash my pillows? Yes, you can. Toss them in the washer. The only trick is you have to put them in even numbers because they will even out. If you don't, it'll throw your washer off balance. So you put them in even numbers, wash them in soap, hang them up, let them dry, throw them in air fluff with tennis balls. If they're feather pillows, you can actually throw them in the dryer out of the washer. But if they're foam or something, you can't. Can I believe the label and it says hand wash only? No, you don't need to. Most of the time you can wash that. Almost always you can wash it. You almost always can. What else do we have? Oh, baseball caps. Oh, this is really fun. I have a really funny trick for this. You can set them on the top rack of the dishwasher. There is a thing you can buy, like it's a cage and you throw them in the washer, it's too hard. So much easier. Put them on the top rack of the dishwasher, run the dishwasher. You don't even really need detergent, but you can throw in a little oxygen bleach if you want, and they look great. Just let them dry. How many ounces in your soap flake? It's a 1 pound bag. Do you recommend Dawn for grease stains? I don't ever recommend Dawn on your clothes. Here's why. Dawn is so incredibly effective. It is so effective because it's so acidic. If you use Dawn like on a black t-shirt, you'll get the stain out, but it will literally look like you've scrubbed it and sanded it with sandpaper. It wrecks the finish. I would never put Dawn on my clothes. How do you wash patio furniture cushions too large for this washer? Oh, this is easy. Mix up some soapy water, go all over your patio cushions and kind of scrub it in, and then just rinse them off. They're usually safe for the hose. If they have like mildewy spots or whatever, you can squeeze a lemon on them and let it sit for like an hour and a half, and the sun will kill those off. Well, thanks. Thanks for loving the book. I like it too. Do you recommend oxygen bleach as an add-on for every load of laundry? I don't, just because I don't think you need it. It's fine, as long as you're not doing wool or silk. But I just don't think you need it. I think it's a little, I don't want to say it's wasteful. It's just not necessary. Unidentified set-in stain on a thrift garment. Okay, here's what you do. You take some oily soap, like liquid hand soap, or, I use spot remover, but it needs to be thick and oily, right? You put it on, you sprinkle oxygen bleach on top of it. You kind of rub it in with your fingers, you let it sit like an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. Then you pour the hottest possible tap water straight through it. I just stick it under the faucet of the tap water. Run the hottest possible water straight through it and the stain won't go away. How can I prevent my clothes from shrinking in the dryer? Use less. You're drying too long. You probably are over drying your clothes. I would start cutting back 5 minutes at a time. And every time I'd check and see if they're dry. And I'd keep cutting back until, they're over drying. The static spray ruin clothes. It doesn't ruin clothes. It's hard to wash out. Very often you can just spray water on clothes and it will take away the static. It's just hard to wash out. That'd be my best answer. What other questions? Another question we had from earlier was sorting. I think you should always sort, I think you should sort cool colors, so baby blue and navy blue, you've heard that. You should sort hot colors, so red, orange, yellow, do a load of black, and then a load of white, If you're not going to do that, at least do white, colors, black. What do you recommend for softener? I've been using baking soda. I don't use fabric softener. I'm very opposed to fabric softeners. I think you use the correct amount of soap and you don't need them. Fabric softeners were created to mitigate the fact that people were using too much detergent. So use 2 tablespoons of commercial detergent or 1 tablespoon of natural detergent, and I don't think you need anything. If you want to use something, use vinegar. I just don't think you need it. How do you get the sour smell out of clothes from previous wash? Oxygen bleach. It's like this, it'll take it right out. That's actually mildew. Comes right out. The edges of cuffs on sweatshirts and sweaters, it seems like the dirt is stubborn and it's hard to get out. It is. You can use a soap bar that has baking soda in it, or you can spray with vinegar and scrub, and then scrub with soap and a brush. Both of those will do it. But it is tough to get out. If you're going to use the soap bar with baking soda in it, sprinkling baking soda on top of it does not work. The baking soda has to be in the bar. I'll tell you, Pat, where else it shows up. It shows up on ski jackets and those sorts of things. It's because of the oil from your hands. I found that people who use lotion tend to have those stains more, even if you have oily skin. For some reason, right here, nobody's very oily. My 20-somethings are addicted to those fabric. Oh my gosh. No. Oof. Oof. Okay. They're worse than bad. They're ugly. Those actually melt in the washing machine and coat the fabric. Your 20-somethings, ask them if they want to have children, because if they do, they need to stop using them. But beyond that, oh, they make it hard to get stains out. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to get so dramatic. I didn't mean to get so dramatic. I'm very passionate about those. If you want scent, just use a wool ball with some essential oils. I like your little emoji. That's funny. Your little emoticon. That's funny. Yeah, they're really hard on your clothes. They're also hard on your machine. They will shorten the life of your washing machine because as they melt, they coat the sensors that make your washing machine work. Suede sneakers. Treat them like the suede bag. Just cornstarch for days, rub it in, and then brush it off with a suede brush. The thing with sneakers, spray the insides of them with vodka if they're stinky. Just go to town with the vodka on the inside. The other thing is pull the laces and wash them, because you'll be amazed at how much better they'll look just by washing the laces. Appreciate your honesty about the marketing of laundry products. Simplicity is the key. It is. I mean, no matter what you're going to use. If you're going to use soap flakes or if you're going to use something from the grocery, less detergent and skip everything else. Color catchers, I love. Love them. But oxygen bleach for smelly sports clothes, absolutely. It's the laundress used to make sport detergent, and people really liked it. It was the oxygen bleach in it that worked. You can just use oxygen bleach, and then you don't have the fragrance. And if you want to add a fragrance, just add your own. If you want like a sporty fragrance, I don't think you should throw your activewear in the dryer very long, because it'll dry in like 5 minutes. If you want to do it, use a ball with like eucalyptus and get that sporty, kind of scent. I know somebody else asked about the laundress. All those products. I mean, if you call me, I'll answer those. I try not to go on about brands when I talk, because I want this information to work no matter what. We'll be opening any other stores in the Minneapolis area. Oh my gosh, Jody. I've periodically had a second store, and I've always ended up closing it because one is enough. I always think about it. It seems like such a good idea. And I think, I should have one at 50th and France. I should have one in Wayzata. And then, one is a lot. It always sounds fun until, I'm driving around from store to store. So, but we do online. I love the West Metro, but I live in the East Metro, so it's so far. I need to find somebody. I need to, I don't know. But I love the West Metro. I love going. My favorite iced tea is in Galleria Edina. So, I sometimes drive over there for iced tea after work. And then, what laundry products would you send to college get off with? Are Oxy pods okay? I think pods have too much in them. I would send a kid off with color catchers, some plant-based detergent, and super concentrated, like flakes or a really concentrated detergent, so they don't have this giant bottle and some wool balls, and that would be it. I mean, that would be my kit. I think pods just have too much detergent in them. I love your book. The only thing I'm missing is the laundry room is an oil-based stain remover. Do you know where I can find a good one? I am using Archipelago laundry spot remover, or strangely enough, I'm using Levant dish soap. Their dish soap is so pH neutral it doesn't freak me out like dish soaps do. And I'm really liking both of them. Oh, and you have Culver's. It's true. There's a Culver's over near me, but for some reason it's not as good as your Culver's. Your Culver's is so much better. Well, thanks, Pat. That's really nice. The YouTube Live, this is the first one I have done, like, for a group, and I really think it's kind of fun. We may have to just make these kind of regular. I'll talk to Julie. Because it's fun. I've done them for, like, small groups, but it's fun to do them like this, because it's a great chance for you to ask the things, and you can ask them when you think of them, you can just kind of, because you don't always think of them, like, in class or something. So it's fun, you can sit in your laundry room and do them. And I'll try to keep them, we said at 30 minutes. We've run over, and I don't mind. We can go as long as we want, but I'll try to keep them shorter. Can you remind me how to clean the washing machine? Is it borax? It is. Dump a gallon of vinegar in the washing machine and a pound of borax. Run it on your longest, hottest cycle. It will clean everything. But a trick is, before you dump that whole gallon in, take the first little bit and saturate a towel. Throw the towel in your dryer and run it like for 20 minutes, and it will clean your dryer while you're cleaning the washer. The West Metro Cal is willing to travel to you. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. Any advice on the best way to remove those little pills from sweaters and knits? Those pills are going to happen no matter how you do the laundry. So it's not when you did it bad. They're going to happen. It's the nature of the fiber that causes that to happen. You can minimize them with mesh bags, but it'll always happen. I use either a volcanic stone or a sweater cone. And you can pick those up. My source for them is out of stock, but you can find them, I think, at like craft stores. Pick them up and just take them off. Just don't use the electric ones. They will cut your sweaters. Oh, you're fun. Thanks, Pat. But I just, I don't ever want you to feel obligated to be on for, an hour. I guess you could come and go. You could come and ask your questions and leave. But I think sometimes you get great information because somebody asks a question and you're like, oh, shoot, I didn't even think of that. And that's why I kind of love these. I did one for HGTV, and it was hysterical because it was they wanted it to be exactly an hour. And there were so many questions when it was done. I ended up having to, basically do a second one because they were just so adamant. All right, what else? Oh, thanks. The other thing I will tell you, I was kind of settled into my chair, so I'm really sort of settled in now. The other thing I will tell you is I'm seeing more plant-based detergents show up in the grocery. So if you don't have access to soap flakes or you just don't want to come to the mall, they're out there. I mean, we're getting more. I've also started seeing soap flakes show up in the grocery. I mean, I think none are the best, but, this is not a Tupperware party. So I'm not trying to say. Well, thanks. I loved doing HGTV. I hope I get the chance to do it again. What are color catchers for? What they were meant for was they were meant, in theory, so that you didn't have to sort your laundry. You just threw everything in the washing machine and threw the color catcher in, and it would keep the color from bleeding. So your red wouldn't bleed onto the blue, whatever. I still think you should sort your laundry. What I love them for is like the Diet Coke and the hot chocolate and the tea and the coffee and all the things I spill on my clothes. I don't want my other clothes tumbling in that dirty caramelly water. The color catchers stop that. And I live in St. Paul, my water's really hard. I find that the color catchers absorb a lot of those extra minerals. So my clothes are softer because all those hard minerals end up in the color catchers, not in my clothes. Mustiness in clothes. Um, the best thing to do is use oxygen bleach because it's actually kind of a mildew. If you really don't want to do that, just spray it with vodka, seriously. And, serious vodka, and that'll help. But the best thing is oxygen bleach. I've seen some oxygen cleaners with sodium carbonate and some with sodium percarbonate. Okay, sodium percarbonate is the oxygen bleach. Um, Sodium carbonate is washing soda. Sometimes they're mixed together for a bunch of reasons, legality and those things. I prefer sodium percarbonate all the time. Vodka, yeah, vodka is antibacterial. And the unique thing about vodka is when it dries, it's odorless and colorless. And it is the only alcohol that does that. So nothing else will work um, for that except vodka. It's a kind of a unique trick. And can I just tell you all, just bitterly, Martha Stewart stole this trick from me. She did an ad campaign for Tito's Vodka for Dry January, and she used this tip on sneakers. Come on, Martha. Brand of color catchers. Normally, I don't recommend brands, but I will this time because there are only two: Shout and Carbona. Um, I'll bet I can sweet talk Dinah, who's right next to me, to grab the Carbona ones. They come in a box that looks like this, and the reality is they're all made by Carbona. So if you buy the Shout ones, you are buying Carbona ones, just labeled in a Shout box. This is what they look like, and you throw this in the washer. The Shout ones are considerably larger. I cut them in half, but they work the same way. They're great. I love them. I mean, but there's only two. And usually the grocery store or, whatever, will only have one brand or the other. I've never seen a store that had both brands. But you can get them at the grocery. Oh, and do you know what's funny? They have an expiration date on the side, which is so silly. Because they're not going to expire. That's hysterical. Oh, I guess it's a made date. That's really funny. You know what? It is great for getting ready with the dog's in. It's also great for cleaning. I mean, this isn't laundry. It's also great for cleaning your kitchen in general because it's safe on your granite. I spray it on my cutting boards. I recently saw a restaurant. Somebody sent me the video. It was somewhere else in the world. It wasn't in the United States. And they were spraying the plates with vodka and wiping them off as they were handing them to people at a buffet. And I thought, that's really interesting. I don't know. I mean, to me, it seems overkill, but I don't know where it was in the world. Maybe there was something they were worried about. But, the great thing about vodka, even if it's so cheap that I would never drink it, it is consumable. So if you spray it on your cutting boards or, whatever. But it is great for dogs. And I tell people to spray their sofas with it, or their dog bed, or their car seats, all those things. And when it dries, it leaves no odor. Yeah. You're always welcome. And I want to thank Julie for putting this together because that was really nice of her. It's been really fun. Okay, so we're kind of winding down, which is totally fine. I will let you guys know I do Facebook Lives on Thursday. Reusable washing bags, especially ones that get plasticky coating on them. I machine wash mine. I put them in a mesh bag and machine wash them. How do I get dog and cat hair for my clothing? I tried the stick roller. It still won't come off. There is a brush. We used to sell them, and quite frankly, I can't find them anymore. And the bristles look like pieces of leather. They will take off dog hair. The other thing is, if you put a ball of aluminum foil in your dryer and toss everything for like 5 minutes, usually the dog hair will all go into the lint trap. Well, you are most welcome for this. I'm happy to do it. So, anyway, yeah, I know. We all kind of have to wrap up. But I do Facebook on Thursday for 15 minutes at 1:30. You can log in, and I will do more of these because this was fun. It was informative. I'll talk to Julie, and we'll get those together. The laundresses were called. What can you recommend instead? Um, Several different things. If you Instagram me or just even send me a message on YouTube. I mean, you can Instagram me, message me on YouTube, and tell me what products you want to replace. I can give you a substitution. There just were so many. So, okay. I want everybody to have a really great day. Have a great week. And, wear your clothes. It's summer and you're going to go to like barbecues and whatever. So just have at it because easy, easy, easy. Easy to wash. Thank you so, so much. Big thanks to Julie for setting this up, but we will try to do these more often. Subscribe to me on YouTube because I may try to just do these kind of randomly. And I mean, I won't like randomly, I'll announce it first, but then you'll know even if it's not one of these. So thanks so much. I hope everybody has a really, really, really great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.